Warning, the following video contains rampant chaos and unprofessionalism from the very beginning. Children should be supervised as they watch this absolute goon try to make something that could potentially pass as food. Viewer discretion is advised. I hope this is what you wanted, folks. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time. Ow, that really hurt. A long time ago, I made you a promise. I promised that I would eventually make a video of me making bacon soup from Bendy and the Ink Machine. And that day has finally come. We are here in the kitchen, obviously. And we are going to cook up the best soup this side of the Mississippi. I have no idea what I'm doing. None whatsoever. This is the first time I've ever done something like this. Make a video of me making food. So this could go horribly wrong or horribly right. Who knows? Strap yourselves in. It's about to get weird. Okay, so I have the recipe here. I decided to print it out just so it would be a little bit easier. Step 1 is using a tablespoon of butter, saute onions, carrots, and celery in a large soup pot until tender. Cool. So we've got 3/4 of a cup of onions, celery, and carrots, all pre-chopped because the people I live with wouldn't trust me with a knife on camera. To be fair, those fears are probably not unfounded. This is the part of all those cooking videos on YouTube they don't show you. All the waiting in between, like it's always just like, do this, then that. No, they never show you this part where the butter takes its sweet time melting. I guess that kind of makes sense, because otherwise nobody would watch it. But that is besides the point. Okay, butter is melted, now we pop our vegetables in. It was, what was it? Onions, carrots, and celery. Alright, so just dump these in and see what happens. Bing, bop, boop. I don't know if this is too much vegetable. I didn't really measure when I started cutting them up. This could be way too much for all I know, but hey, we'll learn together. So it says cook them until tender. I have no idea how long that's going to take. We could be here for 20 years for all I know. So we cook these until tender, and then we add our bacon. We got 1 pound of chopped, it's not Canadian bacon, the recipe said Canadian bacon, but sorry, I'm American. Alright, I think this is looking good. I got a second person to hold the camera while I'm over here. Their name is not important. You will never see them. There is no other purpose to their existence other than to hold the camera. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please don't hurt me. Yeah, I think this is what it looks like. This seems like a lot of vegetables, but I think that's ready. Is that ready? Okay, cool. Next! So now that the vegetables are tender, we add our 1 pound of bacon and we cook it until it's crispy. So it's just good. Okay, that's all in there, and God, I need to break it up a little bit. But we cook this until it's crispy. Look at that. Don't you just want to stick your face in there and eat it right now? Don't, because then you'd get burns and you'd have to go to the hospital, and Lord knows that would be a hot mess. Okay, I'd say that's good. What's step 2? Add broth and potatoes to the pot, bring it to a boil. Okay, got that. So in this bowl, I've got 3 cups of chicken broth and 4 cups of diced potatoes. Kind of looks like they're floating in a bowl of pea, but it's not pea, I can assure you. Just... Alright, I'd say that's good. Now we just let this come to a boil, and then we reduce it to a simmer and let it do its thing for about 10 minutes. Ow. I'm fine. So we let it do its thing for about 10 minutes or until these potatoes are tender. I'll see you again. I'll see you then, I guess. Okay, so I've brought it to a boil. Now we're gonna reduce the heat and let it simmer for about 10 minutes. And I've already gone ahead and started with the next step. So the next step was to mix together the rest of the butter with a little bit of flour. And this is what you get. Apparently this is called a roux. I have no idea what that is. We're just gonna go with it. Oh God, it's boiling. Nope, simmer. Simmer. I said simmer. We're done. Alright, soup's just about done. We just need to add the rest of our ingredients. So we've got the heavy cream, a cup of milk, salt, pepper, now for the coup de grace, the pièce de résistance, a big ol' handful of cheddar cheese. Yeah. Maybe a little more. Eh. And a little meat. Don't give me that look. It's cheese. I'm gonna just stir this until the cheese is melted, which is probably gonna take like 2 seconds. And then we'll be done. And then it's just for the taste test. I'm kind of scared. Should I be scared? Okay, and it's just about done. Now I'm just gonna ladle it into this weird frying pan looking soup bowl, and then it's up for the taste test. I was gonna put this in a tin can and print out a label to make it look like the game, but frankly, I didn't have the time, so we're just gonna have to settle for this. Okay, I'd say this is cooled off enough. Now it's time to shove this down our throats. All right, let me get in it. Let me try and get myself in the right mind frame. I'm all alone. I'm trapped in an abandoned studio. There are monsters lurking around every corner. And the only thing keeping me alive is my wits, my axe, and a hearty bowl of Briar Label's bacon soup. Bon appetit. That is surprisingly good. That is actually... Okay, so while we were making this, we being me, it looked kind of suspect, but it actually tastes really, really good. That is surprisingly good. Going into this, I didn't know what my expectations were. We were making a recipe based off a thing from a game, for God's sake. But, you know, this actually isn't half bad. This is actually, I could see myself making this again. My cameraman is shaking their head. They're like, no, you're never doing this again. And you know what? They're probably right, but still, cheers. Well, that was me making bacon soup from Bendy and Ink Machine. I hope this is what you wanted, because this video was chaos from beginning to end. Go and compare this to actual baking shows. I feel like it's a sliding scale. On one end, you've got people like Rosanna Pansino and Binging with Babish. And then you get further down the scale, and then it's people like B. Dylan Hollis and Amazing Phil whenever they make their videos. And then at the very end of the scale is me, where I'm just lucky that this turned out to be somewhat palatable and I didn't burn the house down. If you want to make this yourself, I'll leave the recipe in the description, or I'll just leave a link to the Bendy wiki where you can do it for yourself. But that is gonna be it for me. If you enjoyed, leave a like, comment, subscribe if you're new, ring the bell. I'm gonna enjoy more of this because it's actually really, really good. Bye. Ah.